and welcome. Thank you for joining us for our first ever virtual assembly. We'd like to start by taking the opportunity to give you a look at the Hickman Steering Committee and our responsibilities before giving you, the student body, the chance to elect your next Hickman Steering officers. So, to begin with, what is steering and why are we holding an assembly for it? Well, many of you are aware, but for those who aren't, steering is Hickman's student government. But we decided not to call it Hickman Student Government because we've chosen a path that's different from many conventional government structures. Steering is comprised of just a handful of members. This size allows us to move swiftly through our decision-making processes, but we still have enough manpower and expertise to carry out large-scale events like this assembly. If you'll indulge me, I'd like to talk now briefly about our organizational structure. It features the same 4 officer positions commonly found in a multitude of other clubs and organizations at Hickman: the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. All 4 of these steering members work together to lead and manage the subcommittees, small handfuls of students hand-picked by the officers for various tasks. There are 2 subcommittees, an activities subcommittee for planning and running school events, and an outreach subcommittee focused on helping steering coordinate with other organizations and publicly releasing materials so that Hickman students and the wider community are aware of our activities. So, with this structure, what does the steering committee accomplish exactly? Well, actually a lot. When it comes to events, in a normal year, the Hickman Steering Committee is able to bring together our school with our homecoming and courtrooming dances. We promote school spirit with our spirit weeks, and we even give back to our community through our charity fairs and drives. But like with any student government organization, our most important function is representing the student body. So each month we hold forums where we update students on what our plans are as a committee and provide a platform for attendees to voice their concerns with the school. Sometimes we'll also distribute surveys throughout the school to get more specific feedback on a certain issue. Now, we take all of this feedback to heart and use it to enact change. Oftentimes, that means sitting down with Hickman's administration and brainstorming solutions to problems. But sometimes, like with this year, it can even mean publishing our survey results at board meetings. We're going to continue serving you, and to talk about how we're going to do that, I'd like to now turn things over to Ben Cohen.
Thanks, Liam, and hi everyone. My name's Ben Cohen, and I'm Hickman Steering's Policy Chair. Now, every spring, the student body elects the next year's set of steering office holders. Now, in this next segment, we'd like to have the current office holders explain their responsibilities to you. And then after that, we'd like to have the current candidates make their case for why you should vote for them. I'll be standing in for treasurer today. Now, being treasurer is a big job. The treasurer keeps track of committee funds, they help to make big decisions with the steering officers, and they stand in when talking to Hickman administration. Now, an effective treasurer is going to be able to collaborate with the activities subcommittee, to reach out to local businesses, and to make strong financial decisions on behalf of the student body and student government. With all that being said, I'd like to offer you the following treasurer candidates.
Hi, my name is Bryce Robinson, and I'm running for next year's 2021-2022 Steering Committee Treasurer. The treasurer is in charge of all expenses and club funding, including events like prom and homecoming. These are reasons of how I'll fundraise, budget, and keep track of the steering committee expenses. With so many expenses, it's important to have good fundraising. This is an example I'll fundraise for the 2021-2022 steering committee.
We'll work as a team. Let me get this customer warmed up, and then you come in for the kill.
The kill.
Yes? Hello, young lady. We're selling chocolate. Is your mother home?
Mom!
What? What's all that yelling? You just can't wait for me to die, can you?
They're selling chocolate!
Chocolate?
Yeah!
What? What are they selling?
Chocolate!
What?
Chocolate!
I can't hear you!
They're selling chocolate!
They're selling chocolate?
Yeah!
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate.
Another very important thing that the treasurer will keep track of is the expenses of Hickman. This is how well I'll keep track of your expenses as a steering treasurer.
No, that cost me $24.95. No, not me toaster. That cost me $32.50. $62.67. Well, Actually, that one was a gift.
All jokes set aside, as your 2021-2022 school treasurer, I'll uphold the traditions that Hickman already has and continue the amazing work our steering committee does every day. Don't forget to vote for me May 5th through the 7th. And just remember, voting for Bryce Robinson just makes sense.
Hey, my name is Jenna Morgan, and I'm running for Hickman Steering Treasurer. Now, I know 90% of you don't care about this election, so I'll try to be quick. You should vote me for treasurer because I'm responsible, I'm reliable, I've taken advanced math classes, I have a job so I know how to earn and budget my money, and most importantly, I know how to solve complicated math equations. So vote me, Jenna Morgan, for Hickman Steering Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Ethan Jones, the current Steering Secretary Officer. The Secretary is responsible for making leadership-based decisions along with other steering officers and administration. The core task of the Secretary is record-keeping. The Secretary keeps track of everything that happens during steering meetings and uses that to write forum snippets with the Outreach Subcommittee. This position is all about dependability and organization, so look for those qualities when assessing these Secretary candidates.
Hello everyone, my name is Abby Eddy, and I hope that I can count on your support throughout my campaign as Hickman Secretary. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, why would you even want to run for this position? I would truly love to serve as your 2021-22 Hickman Steering Committee Secretary so that I can do my part in helping to improve the experience of all students at Hickman High School. More specifically, I am looking forward to helping planning events that we can all enjoy school-wide once more of the COVID restrictions are lifted. My main job as secretary would be to record the minutes of our meetings. I know that it is important to record accurate minutes so that our group stays on track and doesn't waste time rediscussing ideas and topics that have already been decided upon. I am interested in helping making events such as homecoming and courtrooming events that all students at Hickman want to participate in. And I'm very hopeful that in the coming year, enough of the COVID restrictions will be lifted to allow for these events. Now, you might be wondering, what qualifies you to be our next Hickman Secretary? I have leadership experience in multiple organizations. I have experience as the past secretary of my local 4-H club, and I am currently the president of that club. In addition, I also have experience as the reporter of the Missouri Quarter Horse Youth Association, and I am currently the president of that organization as well. I have experience making social media posts, writing newsletters, and writing emails to both members and parents. And I am sure that all of my experiences will help me to do a great job as Hickman Secretary. Well, I'm going to make this short and sweet, but thank you all for your time. Have fun, stay safe, and whatever you do, make sure to vote Abby Eddy for your 2021-2022 Hickman Steering Committee Secretary. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hannah Snodgrass, class of 2023, and I'm running for Steering Secretary. I'm running to work with other members of Big Four, administration, and the Outreach Subcommittee to ensure the transition to new leadership and structure is effective and to improve communication. In the coming school year, Steering will be transitioning to new leadership. Since I was a member of Steering this past year, I'm already familiar with many of Steering's responsibilities. For example, I helped write a letter to Dr. G and participated in several meetings with him. I also learned how much went into planning and publicizing events such as virtual CUPE Fest. This experience will allow me to help the transition to new leadership go smoothly since I'll be able to build on what I already know. Steering is also transitioning to a new structure, subcommittees. I was part of the group that planned this structure. Additionally, I have experience serving on a subcommittee as a member of the City of Columbia's Youth Advisory Council. My knowledge of how subcommittees work as part of a larger team will help this shift be successful. One of the new subcommittees will be in charge of outreach. As secretary, it would be my job to take comprehensive minutes and work with outreach. I plan to work with the subcommittee to publicize important information and main points on the steering website, social media, and in emailed announcements. This will allow steering to increase transparency and communication with the student body. I also plan to work with the rest of steering to increase communication with PTSA and the other high schools. I am highly committed to steering and Hickman as a whole. This past year, I regularly attended steering meetings despite inconsistent scheduling, and I will continue to prioritize steering while participating in other school activities such as cross-country, orchestra, and debate. To ensure next year's success, Hickman needs a secretary who is qualified to help ease the transition to new leadership and structure and who can improve current communications. Thus, I encourage you to vote Hannah Snodgrass for steering secretary. Thank you.
Okay. As you can tell, there are some very compelling candidates running for student body secretary, and you'll be able to vote for one of them soon. But before that, let me introduce myself and my position. I am Danny Docthala, your student body vice president. And as vice president, I work really closely with the president and help fulfill their role whenever they're absent or focusing their attention elsewhere. A good vice president should also have a willingness to collaborate with other officers and administration in order to make good leadership decisions. A vice president should be able to step up whenever necessary. With that in mind, here are your student body vice president candidates.
I'm Davis Mosby. I'm running for student vice president, and I'm going to tell you why you should vote for me. I'm different. I want to make some actual changes in this school, some very specific things. Now, Hickman's already great, but there are a few things that could help it to become even greater. Open a dialogue between teachers and students.
What's up, Mr. Devereaux? What are you doing, Davis?
Look at these showers. The conditions are absolutely abysmal. My main goal as student body vice president is to fix up these showers. It wouldn't take that much money, and look at these conditions. It's dirty in here, it smells like sulfur, they leak, and then look at these curtains. Imagine if somebody was taking a shower in there and you just walked by. This shower won't turn off, it's broken. You know how easy of a fix that would be? Fixing these showers is just one simple and easy step to making this school even greater than it already is. Let's have a school that's dedicated to excellence in all of its facets.
Mosby, as your student body vice president, that fro, unmatched.
What is this pile of mulch doing here?
Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Jarett Ren. I am a sophomore here at Hickman, and I'm running for our student government's vice president. Countless times this past year, we've been told about the unprecedented times that we're living through. And trust me, we've all seen its direct effects by our dances, games, plays, and many other school events that have been canceled. But luckily, with the vaccine rolling out and majority of our students back in person, we are starting to revert back to some normalcy. And that is why this next school year, student involvement is incredibly important. As a member of the student government, it's not purely about what I can do for you guys, but what we as a student body can accomplish together. I want to ensure that every single student here at Hickman feels comfortable in voicing their opinions and concerns, knowing that their voices are going to be heard. So I think that holding monthly public forums where students can come and talk to the administration about issues that they see within our school and let us know how they want us to solve these issues is of top priority. I also want to help build an environment where students feel as though that their cultures and interests are properly represented throughout entire school, because Hickman is such a diverse community with so many unique cultures, and each and every one of those deserve to be represented through and through. One of the best ways to get us back into that CUPE spirit is by holding school events that we all love, such as homecoming, rallies and assemblies, spirit weeks, contests, and also giveaways, because I know that you guys love free stuff. Not to mention providing support for our student athletes as well as artists. One of my main goals as vice president is to be completely transparent with my fellow students, because again, student government is here to provide a voice for the students, and nothing is going to happen if we aren't having open and effective communication with one another. One of the first things that needs to be completed after this election is working on student outreach. Far too many students, including myself, were not even aware that we had a student government. And this is a huge issue. Student government is here to provide a voice for the student, but whose voice we're representing if half the school doesn't even know that we exist? And also for our incoming and current freshmen, they should look up to student government as a source of information and a hand to lean on as they're learning more about Hickman and becoming a QP. And I believe that utilizing multiple social media platforms will allow us to efficiently and effectively reach so many more of our students. Now, we all know this past year has been incredibly difficult. We've had a lot change in a short amount of time and have had to overcome a multitude of different challenges. But I know that this next school year, we can make it one to remember. So in order to increase our student government's transparency, to get us back to the school events that I know we all love, and strengthen our QP community, I strongly urge you guys to vote me, Ramat Adekunle, as your student government's vice president from the 2021 to 2022 school year, because I know that together as one and united as one, that we can make this next school year one to remember.
Hey everyone, my name is Taehyo and I'm running to be your next student vice president. With the new school year coming up, we need a new leader on the table. And it is crucial for you to be involved in this process because you are the future of Hickman. As your VP candidate, I campaign for transparency, opportunities, and fun. Together, we're tough. First and foremost, I offer you my time and dedication to include you to our work so we can create a transparent organization. Communication and transparency between you and me will bring our goals to success. Next up, I'll expand opportunities available to you by offering scholarships with local businesses and also inviting guest speakers to come hold workshops on a variety of interesting topics. Thirdly, I'll bring exciting fun events for you to enjoy and to fundraise for Hickman programs and renovation. What do you think of the Halloween extravaganza or carnival night? Now, I can't promise these fundraisers will make cockroaches disappear from our school or fix our 100-degree malfunctioning pool, but I can help lessen the problem and fund for more class trips and club activities. The experience I bring to the table as former activities chair of student government, the love I have for this school, and my desire to make next school year the most amazing for all of us is why I am asking for your vote. So, let's work together to make our high school life the best. Woo!
From Hickman, type EO.
Hi, I'm Grace Gomez-Palacio, and I'm your current student body president. As president, it's my job to lead the steering committee and head all of our weekly meetings. The president is representative of all of Hickman, and that means that they'll be working closely with the administration, the PTSA, and the student body itself. The president is responsible for making sure that steering stays a cohesive, effective organization, and for making sure that all of our school-wide events go off smoothly and on schedule. A president has to be a strong leader who listens to the concerns of the student body. Please take the following candidates into consideration.
You ready? Hello, my name is Gus Lookingville, and I am hoping to be your 2021 to 2022 Hickman Steering President. Over this past year, the pandemic has caused many changes at Hickman, which has then led to a lack of communication. For example, holding QP Fest virtually this year was necessary, but it made it harder to find out information about the various clubs and activities. What's more, the steering website, which is where you should be able to find this information, was not consistently updated throughout the year to reflect changes in clubs or activities. Even now, some clubs still just have information about their first meeting on the website, or else none at all. As president, I would make sure that the website is constantly updated, and also encourage clubs to make sure their information is accessible in other ways. In addition, I also take pride in the wide variety of clubs and activities I take part in at Hickman. From the football team to theater. I feel this would allow me to bring a unique perspective to the steering committee, as well as aid my communication with the various clubs and activities. As an incoming sophomore, I may not have the same kind of experience that the other candidates have, but I feel like I can make up for it with my well-roundedness as well as my willingness to listen to new ideas and my dedication to improving Hickman. I hope that I earn your vote in this election, and I look forward to doing my best in the coming years to make Hickman a better place to live and learn.
Hi, my name is Stephen Yu, and I'm running to be your 2021-2022 Student Body President. Now, some of you may be wondering what a Student Body President is and what exactly it is that they do. Well, here are some responsibilities of a Student Body President in the form of a TikTok.
Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you want me, I want you, baby, my sugar boo, I'm levitating.
Now that you know what a Student Body President is, here are some reasons why you should vote me, Stephen Yu, to be your Student Body President. Number 1. Interrupt the Grammys by abruptly walking onto the stage. Number 2. Tell Taylor Swift that I'ma let you finish. Number 3. Proceed to talk about how Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. I'm not sure this is the right list. Are we sure this is the right list? No, this isn't the right list? Oh. Well, we can just edit this part out, right? Yeah? Alright, let's edit this part out. Okay, are we ready? And we've made sure this is the right list this time. Yeah? Okay. Number 1, Spirit. If voted president, I will push for spirit events and activities that can be enjoyed by all members of the Hickman community, students, teachers, and staff. Number 2, representation. As student body president, I will represent the students of Hickman to the best of my abilities, exhibiting tide in steering committee meetings and leading student forums where the Hickman community can exchange thoughts and ideas. Number 3, change. Hickman has a great tradition and a rich history, yet there are always things that we as a school can improve on. As student body president, I will work with the student body and community leaders to make the effective changes needed to make Hickman a better place. But the most important reason is that I am your drippiest candidate. As voting begins for student body president, I am for the first time asking for your support. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jordan Farrell, and I'm also DPO co-leader. And as DPO co-leader, we endorse Stephen Yu for your student body president.
3, 2, 1.
Vote for Stephen Yu!
Vote for Stephen Yu.
Vote for Stephen Yu!
Vote for Stephen Yu.
You better vote for Stephen Yu.
Vote for Stephen Yu.
Vote Stephen Yu for president.
Stephen Yu for president.
Vote Stephen Yu for president.
So there you have it. Those are our 4 positions and the candidates running for them. Now it's time to access your secure steering officer ballot. This is going to be tied to your student email so that multiple entries can't be entered and people from other schools don't have the opportunity to vote. No one's going to be able to see who you voted for, however, not even me or anyone on the steering committee. To access your ballot, you should have just received a link in your student email. If for some reason you didn't get that link or you can't access your student email, we're going to display a QR code up on screen now. Let's take a few minutes to vote, and we'll see you soon.
welcome back from the voting process. I hope you're feeling confident about your ballot. Now, the results for this election will be available Friday after school. But in the meantime, I'd like to talk to you about another way that you can interact with the steering committee, and that's by applying for one of our subcommittee positions. As we mentioned earlier, the steering committee has 2 subcommittees. If you'd be interested in helping us put on assemblies like this, or our dances like homecoming and courtwarming, you should take a look at applying to our activities subcommittee. Likewise, if you'd be more interested in helping us reach out to the student body or interact with the larger community, or if you have a background in graphic design and marketing, you should take a look at our outreach subcommittee. We also have an opening for another position outside our subcommittees concerned with making sure the steering committee is fulfilling its duties fully and appropriately. Now, applications for subcommittee positions will be opening today after school, so you'll be receiving another email with that link shortly, but we're also going to put a QR code up for that as well. And with that, I'd like to thank you for joining us and have a great evening.